Wood glue. It's good stuff. It bonds incredibly strong, and yet it's non-toxic. I've been using for a while now this Titebond, the one in the middle, the number 2, which is considered their premium. And it's sandwiched between their original and the ultimate. This one being the least strong, it's actually recommended only for interior, and this being the most strong bond, recommended for outdoors. This is somewhere in between. The bond times vary as well. These two bond rather quickly, and this one takes a bit longer to set. I have a fourth one here, Elmer's Glue All. What I'm going to do is glue several small blocks of wood together using each of these 4 glues. I'm not going to test the strength. I want to compare how noticeable the glue line is. A while back I did these frames behind me, and I used this one. I want it to be my go-to wood glue. The thing is, the glue line showed up, and when I started sanding it, I couldn't get rid of it. And I'm wondering if one of these other formulations would have been better suited to that application. So that's what this test is all about. Let's see how it turned out. All right, these results surprised me a little bit. The Elmer's Glue All, Titebond Original, Premium, and Ultimate. And as you can see, the Glue All, you see a bit of sheen to it, of course, because it's the glue dried on it, but it's very little color. I kind of expected that just being the white glue. Now these are all tinted yellow somewhat. Here's the original, and you can see quite readily that it's yellow. The Premium is even more yellow. Now this is what I've been using for everything, and on this birch plywood, it really stands out. And then the Titebond Ultimate, I'll run by a B-roll here so you can have a look for yourself and you decide. There's one last thing I want to do. I'm going to sand these off and see what that line looks like. Okay, I gave these all a good sand. I made sure and numbered them on the back so I wouldn't get them confused, and then I renumbered them after the sanding. Of these 4 glues, to be honest, take your pick. The Elmer's, it's a good glue. It made a nice solid joint. Nothing to complain about there. I thought it might be a little more difficult to sand, but it probably wasn't. The Titebond 2, the Premium, definitely discolors the most. And as I pointed out in my frames, you could see it. But in this joint, in this comparison, and this was a really solid joint, you'd be hard pressed to tell which one it was. I think it's just fine. In regular applications, I'll probably stick with my go-to, the Premium. It's a good glue. If, again, I'm worried about discoloration, I might pick either of these 2. If it's an exterior job or I'm really concerned about bond strength, this is another good choice. It discolors less than the Premium. It's a bit more expensive, but it's supposed to be quite a bit stronger. All right, there you have it. A comparison of bond color in wood glues. Hope this was helpful. I certainly learned a bit. It's nice to be reassured that you're using what you should be using. And it's also good to know a few options in case there are things you want to do differently.